Can you imagine taking $2,000 and shredding it for the sake of art?
No.
Well, no, me neither. I get cold sweats thinking about that, but our next guest did. Welcome, Mark, to the show.
Hello, hello, nice to be here.
Good. Now, listen, you're a media artist.
Right.
And that's what you did, right? You took $2,000
Right.
and you shredded it.
Into tiny little pieces.
He
Yeah.
looks really happy about it. He's like gleeful. Yeah, didn't throw him up there.
Okay, but first of all, where did you get the $2,000?
Well, I guess it was a couple years ago. A CEO had commissioned me to make a piece for him. So he was like, Mark, you make neat art. I want you to make me something. Here's $2,000. Go make me something. I was like, anything? He's like, anything at all. So I got
That
the
was his
$2,000.
first mistake.
Yeah, really. And so then I took the $2,000 and I was thinking about what I'm going to do with it. So I took it to the bank and I got the whole thing cash and I got $50 bills, little red ones, and blue ones, $5 bills, and I just started ripping it up into tiny little pieces. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to make a little collage, glue it to something. And
Mark, can I just stop you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
What were you thinking?
My good
I get that a
Lord.
lot. I get that a lot.
Yeah. Well, what was his reaction when you showed him the final piece?
He was not ecstatic, to say the least. He was a little shocked. He was like, "Oh, that's interesting," and he gave me that kind of look. And his family members and friends were all there, and they're like, "It's wicked." They loved it, but he wasn't too enthused about the whole thing. And he said, "You know what? Just keep the piece. Don't mention my name." And it's yours. It's yours.
Well, we have it here. We have it here. Can we show it?
Let's have a look at this.
I think it's pretty phenomenal.
Thank you.
I was not expecting this at all.
It took a while. Yeah.
Well, how long did it take you to put this together?
To glue all the little pieces in, it took about a good 2 months probably of just sitting there and gluing them all back down on the canvas.
Now, what does it represent, really? I mean, I'm assuming that there's a pretty distinct meaning behind this one.
There is quite a bit of meaning, actually, on this one. I mean, it's obviously got some left-wing overtones going on there, maybe a little anti-capitalism poster or something like that. But, it's about money and the value of money and how money can be a little, can corrupt people a little bit and make them do crazy things.
Bit.
That maybe aren't in the best interest of humankind, just for money. And so it's a little bit about that, I guess you could say.
Well, this is interesting, though, Mark, because tell our viewers because this is $1,200, right, that you've ripped up here. You made another piece exactly like this, but smaller.
Much smaller, yeah.
And what happened to that piece?
That piece actually sold at a gallery for about $1,000.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes, I did.
So his anti-capitalism piece brought in $1,000.
Funny how that just comes full circle,
that's
eh?
interesting,
Yeah, it's
Mark.
interesting. But what I did was I took the money, and once again, here it is here, and I'm going to be ripping it up to make more art.
Really?
So I don't know if you're interested in helping me out here, just to give an
It's
example.
your money, buddy.
I don't think I can do it.
I can help you.
So this is a real $50 bill, and what I'd like you to do is just, this one doesn't have holograms, but I keep the holograms for the stars and stuff like that.
Okay, all right.
So we take the $50 bill,
Yeah.
and we just rip it up like that, just in half.
I'm not.
And then we'll just
I'm not watching.
continuously rip it up into small little pieces.
Okay, but
Do that.
let me ask you a question while you're ripping up currency.
Sure.
As an artist, normally you hear about starving artists and how difficult it is to get money.
It is.
Do you get a lot of flack from your colleagues that say, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I do, and a lot of people are like, I could use that money, or give the money to me, and I'm like, but when it comes down to it for me, I was going to look for art supplies and stuff like that, and going into art stores, and like the paints themselves are very expensive, and I was like, why buy paints with money when I could just use the money as the medium,
So that's smart. Now, this isn't the only type of art you do. You work in a variety of different mediums, right? Tell us a little bit, for example, what have we got here?
This here is a robotic arm. Basically, one of my things is I like to use recycled material, stuff you can just find in the garbage, because I don't have money to buy supplies.
Right, because you're ripping it up.
Exactly. So this piece was it was an old typewriter, actually, a 1970s typewriter, and I just kind of, I was looking at all the pieces, and I kind of put them together. It kind of makes itself, really, and it's a bit of a robotic arm, I guess.
Okay.
Very cool looking. I like
all
that.
All sorts of robots and stuff, and DVDs and videos and stuff like that. That's one of my big things.
So as a media artist,
Yeah.
Can you explain what that means? Like, do you use all types of mediums, I guess?
Right. Well, for me, I do. Like, I find anything that I can get my hands on, I'm kind of creative, so I'll make something with it. So whether it's video, television footage even, I'll kind of like re-edit stuff and make that into videos. I'll use, you know, money. I'll use
I'd back
pieces of
off,
machines.
Melanie, from him. He might be using you.
He might be
get too
ripping me
close.
apart.
You
Funny you
never
should
know.
mention that. One of my big things that I like to make art about is current political and social things.
Okay.
So one of them is obviously politics, global politics, but the other one is science and genetics. And so I'm hoping in the future that I could, you know how they're doing genetic engineering, cloning,
Yeah.
Yes.
kind of reconfiguring organisms? That would be an amazing material, I think, as an art form, you know, to start mixing things like plants and animals and
Well,
bugs.
hold
and-
on.
What are we seeing on
Oh,
the screen here, Mark?
That's Robo-Christ.
Robo-Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's you know, I don't know. It's just, you know, just a little robotic thing that I made. He's got speakers in his chest. So does this one, actually. This is a full-size robot. And they got speakers in them and moving parts and stuff, and so they'll
Does it
yell
work?
at you.
You mean it?
Yeah.
So
kinda
I
get,
can
like,
listen to
motor-
tunes out of your robot?
That's right, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And do you ever display your art? As you mentioned earlier, you
Yeah.
sold a piece at a gallery.
That's right. Yeah, I
Okay.
display the art. One of the places actually is going to be, this money flag is going to be in a show tomorrow. It's called the Cube Gallery. It's just opening up down on Parkdale, near the Parkdale Market. And it's going on from the 4th to the 28th of November. It's 7 p.m. tomorrow. This thing's going to be there. I also display, I mean, it's always being shown around. Everybody wants to see
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be going around to different places, clubs, restaurants, all sorts of places. Yeah, and they sell sometimes, you know, hopefully.
Do you think anybody's ever going to give you a couple of grand ever again, Mark, to do
I
a,
hope so.
to
Actually,
commission
no.
you to do a piece of work for them?
I'm actually looking at maybe going to the Canada Council and asking for a grant maybe next time, because
Yeah, that's what I'd like
That's
to
what
see.
I
is
like.
Yeah,
my
some
taxpayer
government
dollars
money,
being,
really, I
being
mean-
just ripped. Mind you, when I think about it, I would rather Mark throwing away my money,
Yeah.
right, that I give to the government than them. I
do
mean, at
too.
least I get this out of it,
yeah,
right?
you can put it on your wall, or you know, and it's part of our culture. And our,
Oh, Mark. So is this what you do for a living?
no, this is no. It definitely doesn't pay that well.
No. Well,
No.
you're a volunteer here at Rogers,
That's right. I
aren't you?
volunteer here at Rogers, and I'm a media guy. I'm with television production, editing videos.
It's good to have you with us.
Hey, it was great to
Honestly,
be here.
it's very inspiring. You do some
Thank
pretty
you.
unique things. So check out this particular piece at the Cube tomorrow night, starting at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
That's
There
right.
you go.
And don't go away because we have more giveaways. God, we give a lot of stuff away on this show.
Yes, we have more giveaways.
When we wrap up, we'll be right back right after this.